How to overcome social anxiety. Okay, this is something that I see a lot of men grapple with, especially a lot of newbie students that I get out on boot camp, because as you guys know, I'm a professional dating coach. I'm a pickup artist. I've been out there in field for the last 2+ decades. I'm one of the best in the world. And a lot of guys don't know that, I'm actually kind of introverted, right? I'm actually kind of shy, believe it or not. A lot of guys don't, like, what, really? I'm actually not as extroverted as you might think I am, right? I'm just able to kind of just come alive in certain situations, social situations. And that took practice. That took a lot of practice. Because especially these days, with the way men are growing up, it's almost like you naturally just have social anxiety now, right? Because of just so many years of shaming language, so much feminist brainwashing, so many of these Hollywood movies and TV shows I tell you guys to stop watching that are telling you you're bad if you're a man. Oh, if you approach a girl, that's toxic, man. Toxic, me too, right? And it's making you afraid. It's making you afraid, whereas what you need to be is fearless. Right? But it's hard to be fearless when you've been kind of just like brainwashed and indoctrinated your entire life to make you believe that you need to play down and suppress your masculine desires. Okay? If you have these feelings about women, you need to suppress them, mister. You need to suppress them. Toxic masculinity. Don't make me call your boss. I'll tell your boss. Right? So it's meant to put you in your head. And one of the hashtags I use a lot in a lot of my Instagram photos is hashtag live free or die hard, right? And I know there was a movie on that with Bruce Willis. I think I might have even seen it. But what I mean by that is that, hey, you have to live free or die hard. Exactly what it says, right? You have to live for yourself. You have to live as a free man because we are still in a free society. You cannot let these outside entities out there, whether they be leftists, feminists, the PC mob, put you in your head, okay? You cannot let them put you in your head to the point where you cannot function in a social situation, which is what most men have problems with these days. They cannot function in a social situation. They're constantly second-guessing themselves. They're constantly doubting themselves. They're afraid to speak up. They're afraid to say what's on their mind without filtering themselves, right? A lot of guys filter themselves. A lot of guys, they can't be who they want to be because they're afraid that, hey, the tribe might shout me down. They might try to shame me. They might kick me out of the tribe. I don't want to be kicked out. Right? So you tend to feel this like natural social anxiety, especially when you're trying to talk to an attractive woman. You feel that automatic social anxiety. It's like, dude, if you can't even be your normal self around just regular people, how are you supposed to be yourself around really hot women? Okay? But the way you get over it, the way you overcome your social anxiety is you need to start putting your needs first. Okay? You need to start putting yourself first. You need to stop giving everyone else so much credit, and you need to start giving yourself more credit. Okay, because when you have social anxiety, you tend to put everyone else on its pedestal. That they're better than you, they must be smarter than you, they must live a better life than you, right? And it tends to put you in your head even more. Like you feel like, oh, I'm this lowly piece of shit. Who am I compared to these people? But obviously, nobody's perfect. And you have to understand, even these people have flaws, right? Even they have flaws. When I'm approaching a drop-dead gorgeous woman, we call her like a perfect 10, for example. We called it a dime piece in the pickup community. When I'm approaching a dime piece, I'm not putting her on this like mental pedestal. Okay, I don't put these girls on a pedestal. Even when I'm around high-value guys, like guys who are multimillionaires, guys who are doing like millions of dollars per month in revenue, with their business, I don't put these guys on a pedestal because I know at the end of the day, nobody's perfect and we're all human. Okay, but for this example, talking about beautiful women, like a perfect 10, right? I don't put that girl on the pedestal. Why? Because I know that she bleeds red just like I do. She goes pee. She goes poop, right? She does all this stuff too. Even though she may look like she doesn't do any of that, right? She does, right? She poops just like me and you. She's no different. She has her own insecurities. I know that. Okay, I know she's insecure about things, about herself. I know she knows that she's not perfect. And then when I approach her, I know it's just like two people, having a conversation together, conversing together. She's not on this huge pedestal in my head. And because of that, I don't fall under her beautiful woman spell, and I don't feel that social anxiety. I don't feel that approach anxiety. Because a lot of guys ask me, like, how do you get over approach anxiety? And I tell you guys, you'll get over it the more and more you put yourself in these situations. And really, that's what it takes. You have to put yourself in more and more of these situations to really overcome your anxiety, your social anxiety, your approach anxiety, and any anxieties you feel around other people, especially people you don't know. Okay, especially when you're in an environment that you're not used to. And a lot of times on purpose, I like to go to brand new venues, okay? I don't like going to the same venues where I know I'm going to be comfortable. I mean, sometimes I like doing that, but a lot of times I like pushing myself and going to a completely different venue. Okay, I like going to an unfamiliar place where it's not, I don't feel at home, and I know all the bartenders, I know where the bathroom is, I know the bouncers. Instead, I like going to new venues. That's why I like to travel a lot, right? I like to just take road trips, and then I'll find out where are the cool spots, and then I'll go check those places out. This is why a lot of times I like to do solo game, because I like to challenge myself. A lot of times my wingmen want to go, and they invite me out, and sometimes I'm just going to do some solo game tonight, because I want to challenge myself. I want to put myself in these uncomfortable situations, and I want to test myself. I want to see if I'll go in my head. In the beginning, when I first started doing this, I would go in my head. If it was a new environment, I'm like, oh shit, who are these people? What am I doing here? And it seems like everyone's knows each other already. It's already like a clique. Even then, it's an opportunity to push yourself and push past that and just realize that, okay, there was a point where these people didn't know each other. And then you believe in yourself, like, hey, I'm a cool guy too, and I just genuinely want to get to know and engage with humanity. And the more you put yourself in these situations, the more comfortable you will be with them. The more you surround yourself with strangers and getting to know strangers, the less reactive you'll be. Okay, the less socially awkward shit you'll do in these social situations, and the less anxiety you'll feel. Okay, but it's all about putting yourself in these situations, because if you want to get good at something, you have to practice, right? If you want to get good at hitting a baseball, guess what? You got to go out to the park, grab your bat and baseball, and you got to hit balls, right? That's how you get good. If you want to get good at anything in life, you have to practice, especially with social situations. You have to put yourself in these social situations, right? I tell guys who want to get good at pickup, I tell them, the only way to get good is to actually go out and to do this stuff, to approach women. That's how you get good. And, in effect, that's really, you'll kill your social anxiety doing it, because you'll realize it's not a big deal. You realize, it'll get to a point where you get so good at game, for example, and you'll look back on yourself, you'll feel almost stupid, for all those times that you felt like these people were better than you, or you felt nervous, or you felt intimidated because you were, approaching an attractive stranger. You'll feel dumb. Once you get to a level where it's not a big deal. You'll be like, why was I so intimidated? It wasn't even a big deal, right? It wasn't a big deal at all. But understand, social anxiety, it comes from a lifetime of brainwashing and indoctrination, but you can overcome that, okay? And you can actively reverse it just by actually putting yourself in situations where your anxiety is tested. Okay, and the more you put yourself in these situations, it's going to be a little hard at first. You are going to be intimidated. You are going to feel a lot of nervousness, right? Your body might clench up a little bit. You'll feel, just not good, right? Your heart might start racing. Your heart will start beating fast. But within time of putting yourself in these situations over and over, you'll notice your heart rate will start to slow down. It won't beat so fast. Your speech will slow down. You won't have to be talking like a mile a minute. You won't be trying to impress anybody. You'll just be able to sit there and have a normal conversation without filtering yourself, right? But it takes practice. It takes repetition. It takes putting yourself in social situations. I cannot say that enough, right? If you don't want to go out there and pick up girls, say you're married, whatnot, join a meetup group, okay? There's a great app called Meetup, and on that app, literally any hobby you could possibly be interested in, somebody has formed a group around. And you can join that group, and you can engage with those people, right? It's not that hard to meet new people these days, make new friends, join new groups that share your own values and beliefs, and then you can slowly start putting yourself in these social situations with new people, new strangers, and you can start working on not feeling that social anxiety. Okay, but like I said, it takes practice. It takes you actually putting yourself in these situations. So even if you don't want to go out and pick up girls, which is hands down the absolute best way to annihilate your social anxiety, your approach anxiety, if you don't want to do that, you're already taken, you're already in a relationship, that's okay. Join a meetup group. Okay, join a meetup group. A group where you can engage in whatever hobby you want to, whatever hobby you want to learn about. Right? That's what Meetup is for. Try that out. Okay? And stop being so much in your head. Stop letting other people intimidate you. Okay? Stop giving them so much credit and not giving yourself enough credit. Stop placing others on such a high pedestal and yourself on not a high enough pedestal. So I'm going to wrap up here. Until next time, this is Matt Cross from Alpha Male Secrets. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so that you are notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on YouTube. More importantly, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. Too many of you guys are still not yet subscribed to my channel. So please make sure you subscribe. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. That way, whenever I upload a brand new coaching video to YouTube, you will be the first to know about it, right? You will get it first before everyone else. You won't have to like dig around on YouTube or dig around my channel to try to find it. Instead, you will get it fresh as I upload it the very same day, right? And again, it's free. It doesn't cost anything. All you need to do is subscribe to the channel, okay? So hit that subscribe button now. I really appreciate it.